What's up, Rube? It's Little Big Robots back. Another video here, as you can tell. If you like little versions of big robots like this, model kits, toys, metal build toys like this, just, tons of great, interesting, collectible things. If you like that sort of thing, there's a little spider. Look, he's going to show up on screen. There he is. Go, spider, go. We'll leave him alone. Please put a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 4,000. I think I'll probably hit it this summer. Where'd he go? I don't want to squish him on the back here. Okay, don't get squished, Mr. Spider. Okay, he ran away. This is the Demi Trainer, I should say, from the new series, Bandai's new anime, Witch from Mercury. Really, really good anime. Right now, there's the first 2 episodes of the 2nd season. It gets dark at some point, just FYI. It's kind of a silly anime at first, you think, and then it gets kind of dark. This is a grunt suit that they use for training and stuff. And as you might know or might not know, grunt suits are my favorite type. I typically like, let's see, I have some of them here. This is one of my favorites of all time. The Grimoire, in this case, it's the Grimoire Red Beret, so it's a little bit more advanced. And then you have ones like, this SAS thing, a metal build thing. So I love basic grunt suits. I don't really get into all the wing stuff and all that, the ones that transform and all that silliness. Give me a good grunt suit that you can see working in, like, common everyday stuff. So they use these for training, and everybody has one. You can change. There are a couple stickers on it, most notably these 2 here that you can change the color of. I just put pink because I thought it was pretty. It's an interesting build. It's actually a really interesting build. Oh, I just noticed his legs on backwards. What's really interesting about it is some of the techniques they use for almost everything, from how the shoulder joints work to how things are mounted, the body itself. I should say the upper half goes into the torso. Let me see if I can pull it off here. It's pretty tight with... Look at that, with no polycap. What that means is normally there's a rubberized, let me check out his. Now he's on a big ball, so he's not a good example. He might have one though here. See that little thing there? That's a polycap. It's a rubber, mostly rubber round bit. And they help things stick together through tension. There might be one under the head here. You can kind of see one. You can kind of see one there, see? So it just holds stuff together with tension. Rubberized tension. The problem is that runs out over time. Sometimes this isn't a polycap, but you'll just have a molded piece. There's a polycap there. It's a rubberized piece that goes into, and so when you push up, it's just simple tension holding it in place. It's not a mechanic or a click or anything like that, right? So this one has different types of building, like that slides into the front, which is really weird. Like that. It's a very simple build and strange, but at the same time really cool. You have this thing that pops up if you take the antenna off. I don't know why. I'd have to watch the cartoon more. So you just have a lot of unusual little builds. I do always prefer this kind of a head, though. It reminds me of this guy here. This is currently probably my favorite. My favorite for the last couple years. It has a little drone. This is a 30 minutes missions kit. I forget what it's called. People make fun of it. They say it's like on an egg. But if you look at this is a realistic build. This looks like, look at the legs. How smooth they are, and then when they split, he can actually squat all the way down. This is one of the most brilliant little builds I've ever done. I absolutely love it. This guy is a grunt in the same way, but doesn't have nearly the same. It has some innovations in how it's built, but it doesn't equal necessarily better quality. Whereas this guy you could throw him against a wall probably and it'd be fine. This guy seems rather fragile. The feet, he has a problem when you stand him up. He kind of leans back like that and will start to rock on his heels for some reason, so you really got to push him forward, which is unusual. He almost looks like, the feet almost remind me of what's it called? Iron-Blooded Orphans type feet, which I absolutely hated, which would rotate this way and were just these giant, stupid feet. I hated all their feet. But so you can see, again, no polycap. It just kind of pops up in there. And it does lock into place once you push it, but you see how loose stuff gets? So it just is not super sturdy as I would like. And the crappy thing is Grunts are my main, see? They're my main model kit I like to build, a Gunpla kit. And this one, I don't know if he's going on the list. It's like, am I missing a polycap? Let's look in the instruction manual, because I kept thinking, man, I'm missing the polycaps in there. So let's see. When you build the leg, it goes right here. So you're building the leg. That's the top part that goes into this. It goes into the side there. But you see how this goes up in here? Yeah. See, all it has is a built-in tension holding bit right there. So right where the leg, this comes off here. I don't remember if it comes off that way. There's basically the grip for the leg. But what I kept finding was that the leg is really loose. And I was like, is it something I do? You're supposed to snap it in and push it until it snaps, but there's really no further you can go. And sometimes it'll just fall off. It's really strange. I don't know if it was just a new experiment to try and build in a new way or whatever. But I don't like that it doesn't. If it doesn't hold together, then what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's got to be fun to play with or pose or whatever. And if it's falling apart all the time, now don't get me wrong, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with it, more than you can with Eggman here, just because of the length of the legs and stuff. And it does have some interesting, abilities. See how that's falling off? Am I doing it wrong? Does anybody out there know what I'm talking about? Maybe it's just me. But it does have some interesting things it can do. I bought a few extra because Grunts always sell out, and then Grunts are hard to find without spending a lot of money. They don't reprint them all the time. So I bought some extras, but now I'm kind of wondering if it was worth it, because everything, as you can see, everything is just continuing to fall off. And I thought, did I do it wrong or something? Like, does it go up in here harder? Like, what am I? Look, as soon as I set it down, it gets loose again. That drives me crazy. That's really, really unfortunate, because otherwise the design of the little suit is really, really cool. Now I have what Choo Choo is a character in the show, and she has her own custom version of this, and so I'm eager to build that. It has this interesting mechanic where you can tilt the waist up like this, and I don't know why you're doing that. Like, why is it leaning forward and stuff, and why do you need to worry about it? It's really a strange, you see that? So you plug it into that little hole, and it's not quite straight. I don't get it. Look at the foot. Like, what did I do wrong? I'm thinking I have to have done something wrong. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm looking at the thing and not the camera. So you see that? Okay, so that's plugged in. As soon as I set it down, wow, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Anybody else have this issue? I'm going to ask on the subreddit. Maybe they can answer, because that's really, really unfortunate, because I love these little Grunt suits. A coat of paint on there, and it's definitely going to tighten everything up, even just a top coat or something like that if you really want to tighten up. I don't like gluing them in place until they're just completely floppy or falling apart or broken, or like my old ones that I did customs. I'll glue the customs in place because I'm not going to mess with anymore. I'm not going to pose them or pick them up and play around with them or anything anymore. But it's just unfortunate, because that is potentially such a great little kit, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It makes me feel stupid. Maybe I did something. And look, I'm even missing the little hole there. I guess it's normal in the waist there. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Fantastic looking little kit. I think with a little work, it'll probably be even better. Maybe I did something and screwed that up. Let me know. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.